An offshore firm helped create companies used by members of Vladimir Putin's inner circle, including one hiding the late mercenary boss Yevgeny Prigozhin's yacht. The BBC can reveal. Seychelles-based Alpha Consulting also helped to form more than 900 UK partnerships, which used a secrecy loophole to conceal their true owners. One partnership was involved in running a sanctions-busting oil tanker, while others committed crimes. Alpha said it always followed the law. The investigation by the BBC Finance uncovered in the Seychelles Broadcasting Corporation has analysed internal Alpha documents and thousands of company records to identify some of the people who secretly benefited from the work of the offshore firm based in the island nation in the Indian Ocean, as well as catering to members of Russian President Vladimir Putin's inner circle. Alpha Consulting was a secrecy factory, one of the most prolific companies helping to exploit a gaping loophole in UK law. Some of the partnerships it helped create have been involved in alleged fraud and running an illegal SA mill. One has been accused of interfering in a foreign election. Yevgeny Prigozhin, boss of the Wagner Group who died earlier this year, was one of those who benefited from Alpha's services. His company Baritex Group LT was sanctioned by the United States in 2019 as a front company which concealed ownership of his private jet and yacht. Leaked documents obtained by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists and examined as part of the 2021 Pandora Papers investigation show Alpha helped set up Baritex in the Seychelles, and the hidden beneficial owner was recorded as the mercenary boss's elderly mother-in-law. Alpha said it was never involved in any business activity with Baritex. Leonid Riemann, a close friend and associate of President Putin, was a client of Alpha. In 2006, while he was Russia's communications minister, Riemann was found by a Swiss tribunal to have been the secret owner of a company that received corrupt payments. Despite Mr. Riemann's well-documented relationship with the Russian president, the documents show that Alpha provided a director for one of his companies who failed to declare Mr. Riemann was a politically exposed person. Someone whose position or relationships mean they may be more exposed to risks of corruption and who therefore requires a greater level of checks. Anti-money laundering expert Graham Barrow said this was not really an oversight. Failing to make a declaration is a breach of the rules if you are knowingly doing business with somebody who is a politically exposed person, he said. Alpha said it had carried out all the required checks on Mr. Riemann and did not find information which suggested he was a politically exposed person or involved in money laundering. It said it does not act for clients or professional intermediaries who we find have been involved in wrongdoing. The investigation also reveals that Alpha, run by a Russian businesswoman named Viktoria Volkovskaya, helped to create 927 limited partnerships, 1 in 5 of those registered in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland since 2017. Limited partnerships, a type of firm usually created by 2 or more people to own and run a business together, can also be used to sidestep transparency regulations. After a law was introduced in 2016 requiring UK companies to declare who owns them or is really in control, there was a surge in the registration of limited partnerships, which were exempt. This requirement was extended to Scottish limited partnerships a year later after it was revealed that they were being increasingly used for money laundering and other crimes. But last year, the BBC in Finance uncovered and revealed the increasing use of English limited partnerships and evidence linking a number of them to fraud, terrorism, and money laundering. Despite this, the government has failed to extend laws requiring companies to identify the people really in control, known as persons of significant control, to all limited partnerships. Kevin Hollenrake, a junior business minister, dismissed concerns about a loophole, telling the House of Commons limited partnerships cannot own property or assets in their own name.